Hi, Angie.
Hello. How are you, Raymond?
Perfect. Good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. You're looking well.
Yes, yes. Now, how do you pronounce your first name?
Angie.
No, not
No,
you.
no, I beg your pardon.
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Nate.
Say it again.
Nate.
Nidge.
Nate. Like N-A-T-S. I'll write in chat.
All right. I'm sure I'm not the first person to have asked.
Yes.
Nate. Oh, it's pronounced Nate.
Something like that. Nate.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Thank you. Oh, lots of people are entering. Do you want to say hello?
That was quick.
Yeah, she's on my front line. Oh, look who's here. Wow. Paul Longobardi is here. Alice is here. Wow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello, Alice. Ralphie is here. Alan is here. Paulina is here. Wow. I'm going to tell you something interesting about Paulina as soon as we get started. Okay.
I'm glad I'm not the only one wearing a t-shirt. I was going to dress up in my tux, but you know.
Listen, I didn't even shave. Like, nobody gives a shit any longer. It's just crazy. Crazy. I would never show up except wearing a suit and shaved and cologne, and nobody cares anymore. Okay. Quarren chick. Yeah. Quarren.
Like your quarantine chic. We can wear whatever we want now.
Quarren chic, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, oh, David. Ian David is here. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. So we're going to keep this brief, 30 to 45 minutes. And I am going to start, even though there's some people who haven't showed up. And the first thing I want to say is, I am a superhero superstar, and it is failing me badly. So first of all, I'm going to tell you how superstar I am, and then I'm going to admit to you how foolish it is. I have been in Young Living for 50 days, 50. I started mid-May. And in that time, I have enrolled, make sure you're sitting down, 50 customers, one a freaking day. In fact, today, I've even improved. I've enrolled 2 so far today, and it's only mid-afternoon. I got a lead from one of my clients in London in another topic, but she said she was interested in oils, so I called her and enrolled her. And while I was doing that, my brother-in-law dropped in just to say hello. He was in the neighborhood. And he said, Raymond, you're looking fabulous. What are you doing? I said, I'm running. Running? How? Like, drink this juice, and it's making me run. And he said, oh my God, I need to take this juice. I said, good, I'll phone you and enroll you. So I've enrolled 2 today. And that's the good news. The good news is that I'm a superhero and I can leap tall buildings in a single bound. But I did a calculation, and the calculation proved to me that I was doing it horribly wrong. And that being a superstar, being the sage from the stage, being the show-off and the know-it-all isn't going to work. Because if I do indeed continue this, and in 1 year, enroll a person every single day for 365 days, if you multiply that by 100 PV, that's 36,000 PV, doesn't even get me to gold in a year. doesn't even get me to gold in a year, and I'm way more powerful than that. So there's something wrong. And what's wrong is that I'm doing it all by myself, and it has to be done by teamwork. So Motion, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Can you unmute yourself? Yeah, unmute yourself. Yes.
Hello.
Hi. How did you get invited to here? I don't recognize.
Rolf.
Rob.
Ralph.
Oh, Ralph. Okay, good. Good. Okay, thanks.
Mosin is a firecracker. He's
right.
enrolled under DJ.
Okay. I wish you the best of success. I just didn't know your name, and this has to be private for my leaders only. And so I am now, after 50 days, correcting my course, and I will still keep enrolling, but I'm going to be enrolling 10% of the time and putting 90% of my time into working with the leaders. So you're my leaders. I'm suggesting that we have a weekly call at the same time every Friday, but that you team up with me, because I can't do it by myself, even no matter how much of a superhero I am. So I am going to start this meeting the way I intend to start all meetings, not the apology, of course, but I want to start with product testimonial, because the only way and the easiest way to fall in love with the products, fall in love with Young Living, and to enroll other people is to fall in love with a product. So I'm now opening it to the floor. If you have a favorite topic, a favorite product, please tell us right now. Just don't raise your hand, because it may go on to 2 pages. Just unmute yourself and start talking.
Okay, I'll start talking. I love the ninja juice. So I signed up May 28th, and I've been having my shot in the morning and shot in the afternoon. And I find, waking up in the morning, I used to just have a sip of coffee in the morning, first thing for my system. And now I have a shot of antioxidants and beautiful fruits that go into my system, and it's low calorie. It's good for the keto. I do intermittent fasting, so it's a great boost to that. And I just feel better. Like Raymond says, I walk to meet my wife after work every day, about 6 kilometers. And I just have a spring in my step. I honestly am walking down the street and I feel like running. It's bizarre. Like I used to feel lethargic and fat and heavy, and it's like there's a spring in my step. So it's working.
Very nice. Very nice. Alice, I'm sure you have a testimonial.
Sure. And then you guys, I'm Alice. I'm actually Raymond's sister. Raymond and I are cross-line brother and sister. So I have another leg in Jack's organization. And so it's a real pleasure to be with you guys. So thank you for inviting me to the call. And I've been involved with Young Living for a lot longer than Raymond, about 2 months more. So I'm super experienced, just FYI. You guys can ask me anything. But I work for Jack directly. I'm Jack's sales director and business development manager. And yeah, I started for the business. I started because of COVID, really, like, being my team and myself are all on commission, and we had to cancel our trainings. And I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? So I started for the business, fell in love with the products. And so when I committed to doing the business, I told my husband, I was like, look, we teach a principle called 99% commitment is a bitch. 100% commitment is a breeze. You don't want to be 99% committed to anything. You don't want to be married to a person who's 99% committed to monogamy. Like, I wanted to be 100% committed to this. And so when I did that, I was like, just trying everything. I thought the oils were a little bit weird, to be honest. I'm like, I'm a Excedrin migraine girl, Advil, like whatever. And I have just wholeheartedly committed to utilizing the oils for my overall well-being, my mental state, health, anything that comes up. I go to my my desk reference, which gives you advice on how to use them. And I have a testimonial. I have like a million testimonials. My favorite is that's the product guide, but this is the desk reference. So you can buy this from Life Science Publishing. It's like Young Living's publishing house, or like, you know, endorsed by Young Living or something. And it has like every product. Hi, Karen. Has every product that Young Living sells inside that book and how to use it. But anyway, it's fabulous. Life Science Publishing, they have a Canadian website, and they do all kinds of specials. I have another one about, you know, how to use them with your dogs. They have a big one, but I bought the little one. I'm going to get the big one now. Anyway, so for me, the way that I have been able to be successful, I'm a gold leader. My organization took off really quickly, and now it's really steadily moving along. And what Raymond is going to kick my butt like big time. I don't have the network that Raymond has, but the success that I'm having with running my team is really rooted in the products. Loving the products, trying them out, being honest with people, showcasing Ralph. Like, I don't know why it works, but I have a pep in my step. Like, just being that level of authentic is what's been really working for me. And anytime a person on my team is struggling with their business, I say, hey, I have a feeling we don't have a product testimonial. And so then we talk about what's in their kit. Maybe sometimes people haven't even opened their kit. But to narrow it down, Ningxia is one of my favorite things, but I'll one up it. This is great for yourself, and it's also great for your OGV. So if you get people interested in the Ningxia, it's a kind of a costly product, but it's so fantastic. But if people are ordering Ningxia every month, they're going to be spending a minimum of $187 on ER. But then I have discovered something called Dr. Minke's Red Drink, M-I-N-K-E. And what you do is you get your empty Ningxia bottle, you put a shot of Ningxia in it, 1 ounce, and then you do a teaspoon of something called sulfurzyme, which is MSM, which is like an additional product that supports your overall body health, muscle regeneration, all those things. And then you do a couple drops of lime oil. And Jack, myself, my whole team, like everybody is drinking Dr. Minke's Red Drink, and it's fantastic. Other products I use, the Bloom skincare is out of this world for the ladies. Smells a little weird, I'll be honest, but it works really great. My skin has never been happier in the past couple weeks. It just came out at convention. The shampoo and conditioner, I'm very weird about my hair. You can see my hair is purple. I'm very particular, and I don't usually use like anything from the drugstore. It's always from the salon or whatever, but I use their shampoo now, and my hair has never been softer. Awesome stuff. So the hand soap, during COVID, we're washing our hands like 30, 40 times a day, whatever. My hands are super moisturized, and their stuff is great. So that's how I've been successful, is just diving in, telling my team what I'm buying. I post pictures of what I buy and why I bought it. And then if somebody gives me a recommendation, like I bought the shampoo because of my friend Lexi loved it. I said, Lexi, I got this shampoo, and I tagged her, and then she's like, oh my God, the shampoo's awesome. So just creating a buzz about the products. But anyway, I've taken enough time.
No, it's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's 4th of July weekend in the States, so I'll probably pop off. But thank you for inviting me, Raymond. Really appreciate it. You guys are gonna rock it. You're already rocking it.
Good. Thank you
Guys.
I want you to know that Alice is in a completely separate leg, as she said. The only reason she's doing this is people in Young Living have a culture of sharing. And so she has house guests. She's leaving her house guests just to do this for me as a favor. There's no value, no financial value to her whatsoever. And reciprocally, I will do it to others, and you will do it to others, because that's how the culture works. Good, thank you. And Alice, before you leave, there's some questions in the chat for you. So if you could just answer those questions.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, so the book is at lifesciencepublishing.com, and they have a ton of books. They also, there are just some great authors that you might be interested in. This is just like if you are really interested in diving into the products. Like there's this guru, her name's Jen O'Sullivan. And by the way, jump on our calls. We have great team education calls every Tuesday. And then Raymond pops into our opportunity calls. I don't know if you send people to them, but I see you on them, and I assume it's just to learn, to like immerse yourself. So there's a team calendar posted in the Oily Lounge under files. Jen O'Sullivan was a guest. This is another reason why I always say it's so great to be on our team, is that like Jack discovered this lady. She's a Young Living distributor, and she writes books. She's very bright. And he was like, oh my gosh, you got to get Jen's book. And then all of a sudden, Catherine Trestaine, our upline, got Jen as a guest on one of our calls. So she did a whole call dedicated to all kinds of interesting stuff about Young Living. Same with this lady. She's awesome. Lucy Libido. That's her pen name. So she talks all about like, you know, oils between the sheets and health in all kinds of regions of the body. We've had Richard Bliss Brooke on our team calls, and he wrote The 4-Year Career, just a great book, great gift for someone like a new leader in your organization that wants to know how to grow their business. This is awesome. And again, I watched a video from him, like talking about why Young Living is a good business before I signed up. And then we had him on one of our calls. I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm meeting Santa Claus. It was great. So lots and lots of great education. And that's under announcements in our Facebook group. There, the organization is good, could be better, but just go to the announcements and scroll and scroll and scroll, and you'll see something called Team Calls, and there's a bunch of links in there to a lot of these. And you feel free to reach out to me. We use my Zoom account, the Team Canfield Zoom account. So if there's ever a call that you can't find or whatever, you can email me and I'll tell you where to find it, or I might have it saved on my Dropbox I could send you.
Alice@jackcanfield.com.
Yep, super easy.
Alice@jackcanfield.com. If you want her to send you some videos of recent descriptions of the products, she'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, and I can tag you like in the video. I got to tell you that announcements section, Catherine yelled at me so many times. She was like, you need to read the announcements. So I'm just like, I don't know where they are. Like, I've never really managed a group through a Facebook community. And so once she taught me how to do it, you know, there's tons of information in there. And Catherine's great too. Catherine Trestaine, she has been in Young Living for 4 years, and her previous life, she was a journalist. She was like a correspondent for the White House. She's very, very smart. She's getting very overwhelmed at the size of our team that's growing. So she's kind of like stepping back on like one-on-one calls. But if you look at our team calendar, we have 2 Ask Catherine Anything calls that we've implemented on Wednesdays at 3:30. So just go to the team calendar under files and then take advantage of those calls.
But they have to be in the Oily Lounge Facebook group.
Yes, so get in there.
Yeah, but it's difficult to get in.
It's a pain to get in. Not my group, not my process. The way that you put people in the group is you have to be friends with them. So I am now friends with many people that I never would have been friends with on Facebook, but whatever. So you have to, you know, if you enroll them and you're not friends with them, somebody has to befriend them. You add them to the group, and then an admin will approve them.
Okay, so I commit to getting a volunteer to help me get people into the Oily Lounge, because I'm maxed. I don't have any more friends available. Okay, I will take care of it. And Alice,
Okay.
You're amazing.
Yeah. Great, you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
excited
you,
to
Alice.
see you on our calls. And so, yeah, we have team calls Tuesdays at 10:30 California time, 1:30 Eastern, and then Wednesdays and Fridays opportunity calls that you're welcome to jump on to learn about the business, and send your prospects too. Jack gets on all those calls.
Yes, yeah, they know about that.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
good, thank you.
Mwah. Happy weekend,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Okay, and happy belated Canada Day.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Hi.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
So I will get a volunteer, and I will tell you exactly how to get into the Oily Lounge. Now, Lisa, there you are. Lisa is Emma's mom, and she has a fascinating testimonial. Do you want to go ahead with that, Lisa?
I just unmuted myself. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Raymond, what are you holding up? Are you holding it up?
Yes, I'm holding up
Yes.
Northern Lights Black Spruce.
So first of all, I want to say, Alan Jax, it's so nice to see you. I haven't seen you in so long, since Emma was a baby. So leading me into my talk. So when Emma was a baby, when Emma was born, we have a 19-year-old. It was just her birthday. And ever since Emma was born, I don't sleep. I'm pretty sure other moms can relate, but as soon as you have a kid, you don't sleep. Sleep with one eye open, one foot on the ground, one ear open. I haven't slept in 19 years. So when I learned about Young Living, and my initial package arrived with my Desert Mist diffuser and all of my amazing items. I quickly ran, opened everything up, watched a few videos on how to assemble it, and unboxing videos. And then the very first thing that I took was this, sorry, I gotta put my glasses, was the Northern Lights Black Spruce. And this is made in British Columbia. So I put a few dots into my diffuser, turned on my little fan, and was, still putting things away. And I fell asleep on my bed for 5 hours in my clothes. Had no intention of falling asleep. I wasn't even tired. And Emma came in to talk to me and was talking and realized I was sound asleep. I didn't even hear her. I was sound asleep, didn't move. Hi, Karen. Sound asleep, didn't move for 5 hours. When I woke up, I was so refreshed. I felt fantastic. I looked behind me and my little kitty cat had slept with me at my back the entire time. So thank goodness I didn't move, because I would have, rolled over onto her. So I got up, brushed my teeth, put on my pajamas, and went back to sleep for 5 more hours.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I haven't slept in 19 years.
Wow. So you will notice that these products are amazing, and you can memorize some facts if you wish. Thank you, Lisa. For example, why is an essential oil different from any other cell or any other atom or molecule? And the answer is essential oils have a unique characteristic that their cells are tiny compared to the cells of your body. You take an average cell of your body, it has a protective sheath around it, so nothing can get in. But we want the essential oils to get in, and they can only get in if they're very, very small. Believe it or not, an essential oil cell is 125 trillion times smaller than a cell of your body, so it effortlessly goes right through. When I take any oil, and I like doing this during the day, I go like this, or I put it on my hands and I cup my hand and breathe it in. Then within 20 seconds, it's in every single cell of my brain. And within 20 minutes, it's within every single cell of my body. Now, if you're taking notes, these are good facts to be able to throw around. You feel very dignified, but if you don't know any facts, it doesn't matter. If you just share, people will get it. And so these oils each have a characteristic. They each have healing characteristics, like tea tree oil heals the skin. And you can see that you can see how my finger is cracked and bleeding. Yeah, I think you can see that. That's on my left hand. On my right hand, my fingertips were white and flaky and cracked and bleeding, like big 1/4 inch long cracks. And I did everything I could this past winter for 3 months, and I couldn't heal them. I put on tea tree oil at night, and the next morning my fingertips were pink and they were healed and they weren't sore, nothing. It was a miracle. Karen said she wouldn't have believed it if she hadn't seen it herself. And now it's moved over to my left hand, so I'm putting the tea tree oil on my left hand now, and it's healing very nicely. So you have to fall in love with the products. And my product testimonial is also about Ningxia juice, and it's the easiest way to enroll somebody. There was one person I was trying to enroll, and she said, I'm allergic to oils. I can't have oils. I can't stand the fragrance. It's too strong for me. I can't do it. I said, good, just buy the Ningxia juice. She said, okay. So I enrolled her anyways. And I have another client in Finland who's doing an Ironman triathlon late this summer. And so he's buying 4 times the required amount of Ningxia, because I told him that the more you take, the better. You can't overdose on it. In fact, if you get sick, immediately place an order for lots more Ningxia juice and do double and triple the dose, and you'll be surprised at how well your cold quickly goes away. So all you have to do is have a love of the oils. I told you my brother-in-law dropped in. He looked at my weight and said, oh my gosh, what are you doing? I said, well, Karen and I have started running. Running? I want to run. I said, well, the reason I started running is I was drinking this juice and it just gave me this power. He said, I want it. I said, fine, I'll call you and enroll you. That's it. It was like a 30-second, not even that, a 4-second enrollment presentation. And I didn't tell him that the oil cells were 125 trillion times smaller. I didn't tell him any data.
And I never asked him because I assumed he would be a no. I thought that was really interesting. Like we didn't even say, Raymond didn't even say anything. And then my brother signed. So I was like, what?
Here's the
My
secret.
brother?
Here's the secret. This oil,
Valor.
yeah, it's a combo oil called Valor. Combo means it's not from an individual plant, it's a combination. And the army, the Roman army conquered the entire world, and they all had oil. They were all issued oil. They were issued 2 oils, and those are the 2 oils that make up Valor. And when you breathe it in, you get strength. And so I raced to the North Pole with this lady, Jan Meek, and I don't like talking to her because it takes an hour or 5 hours because she's just full of so many exciting ideas that have happened to her. And I didn't want to spend 5 hours on the phone with her. So I breathed in the Valor, had the courage to call. I called her and she was calm. It was like a miracle. And I said, you ever heard of essential oil? She says, yeah, sign me up. What? I thought it was going to be 5 hours. And so have the courage to call people that you're sure are going to say no. Because I've made maybe 60 presentations to enroll 50 people. And it's not because I'm magical in my presentation. It's not because I'm a professional speaker. It's because I love the oils. That's all it is. That's all it is. And I want to just draw your attention to Paulina, whom we can't see. We can just see her name. And the reason Paulina is so interesting is because she just enrolled minutes ago. I actually haven't even typed in her enrollment yet, but she gave me her credit card and it's all done, and I had to get off the phone just to do this call. So I want you to feel comfortable as a leader. I will do anything you need. And the first things that I can do are really easy for me. And that is I can advise you to play the 1-hour video of Jack Canfield that I included with the email. Put up your hand if you actually played it. Yeah, okay, good. And so you'll notice it's Jack Canfield. It's the unbelievable, world famous hoo-ha of the whole hoo-ha is Jack Canfield, the superstar of the movie The Secret, the co-creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books that have sold 500 million copies. And you have his video telling lovingly about the products and about the marketing plan. Just email that to a friend and say, watch it starting right now, and I'll watch it too, and we'll talk in an hour. Or if you want it live, I will send you 2 times on Wednesday and Friday that Jack Canfield personally does an enrollment presentation. Just send the link to a friend and say, let's watch it together, and then call them afterwards. Eventually, you'll have the courage to do it yourself. And when you
I was on the Road to Silver call Sunday night with Trina, and she has 160 people in her organization. She joined April 9th. She's personally enrolled 17 in April and 13 in May. And it's the Jack Canfield call. And Jack Canfield, all she does is post on Facebook, I'm in partners with Jack Canfield, and boom.
And you're allowed to say that. You can say Jack Canfield and I joined Young Living together. Jack Canfield and I have a special presentation for you. You're allowed to bandy his name around. He's given us all permission. So you never ever, like Trina got to silver in 30 days. I got to silver in 15 days. You can get to silver just by having your friends and prospects play that video or go to the live calls on Wednesday and Friday. It's as simple as that. And when you fall in love with a product, they will join the program to get that product. So the product that got Lisa to sleep, Northern Lights, Black Spruce, Karen also loves it. And the way that I do it with Karen is that I put some hand cream on her feet just as a carrier oil. And then I pour this oil on her feet and do a massage. And I don't know if she sleeps because of the romantic connection of massaging her feet every night or because of the oil on her feet, but we've also just got another diffuser. We got it as a gift. I got it as a gift for going silver. and we installed it in her room, and we diffused Northern Lights Black Spruce at night. So just tell stories. You don't even have to have your own stories. When you play Jack's video, you'll hear her stories. Sorry, his stories. Go ahead.
I know it's an audience mostly of men, but I feel like telling women, get your husband this
To massage your feet?
Black Spruce, because Raymond loves it, and he'll massage my feet. The number of massages I had before the oils entered our life was
0.
0. We have had
Almost every night.
we've had a happy streak here, so I wish there were more women to tell this.
But do you know why? Watch this.
He loves it.
Can you smell it? The smell is divine. Yeah, Ian, can you smell it? It smells
Coming
like,
through slowly.
really. No, it smells like rolling in pine leaves. There's no leaves. Pine cones.
Yes, and we're moving to a new home, which we are going to call Northern Lights. So that's how important that became. But
Oh, wow.
yeah. Anyway, so that's, Lisa, I'll give you that tip. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's it. That's the,
Oh, yeah, you got that
I
one?
got the massage oil, and one of my superstars in my organization is Yuko Kajimara, and she's a registered massage therapist. So I brought it to my massage session this week, and it's amazing. It has eucalyptus in it and all these different essential oils, and order it. It's great.
okay.
Situation.
So
I have a quick story as well about the sleeping issue. So I'm from Toronto, and so I work for myself, work from home, all day on computer, 3-4 screens, working all day long with this blue light messing with my brain, and I'm having a really hard time sleeping at night. And it's been messing with me for almost a year now, and there were times where I couldn't sleep all night. And I was staying up till 7 a.m. I was sleeping during the day and staying up all night. I just couldn't fix my schedule. I tried some other stuff. I tried some edibles, which kind of helped me, but it was not sustainable. But last week, I got my first package after signing up with Rolf and Alan and their organization. And I've been using the lavender oil. And this thing knocks me out in about 45 minutes when it comes on. It just, I could not believe I could sleep after spending whole day on computer with blue light on my face. As soon as I turn this on, 45 minutes, my brain kind of triggers, something triggers, the body knows it's time to sleep, and I just sleep like a baby all night long. So I'm done with it. I gotta buy more, but it's for the sample. But yeah, this pretty much changed a lot of things for me.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to be able to email Mosin anytime, and he would answer. Now, like, there's long periods he doesn't respond. He's asleep.
Yeah, I literally work till 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and I will sleep till noon because I just can't sleep at night. I couldn't sleep at night. So now I'm just like, I'm getting my sleep, waking up on time, and trying to get to, be a morning person to wake up at 6 a.m. and start my day early on instead of sleeping at 6 a.m. and starting my day around noon. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Dorothy, welcome. Dorothy, who invited you? Unmute yourself, please. Oh, Angie, you invited Dorothy? Okay, she's in your organization already?
Yes, she is, and she's from South Africa.
Oh, wow. Welcome.
Yep, Cape Town.
Welcome. Okay.
Hi, Georgie.
I'd
So-
like to welcome Alice too. Alice Huang is in her car driving north of Toronto, and she's participated in the call. She just enrolled. She's enrolling today.
Wow.
Well done.
Welcome, Alice.
Okay, so let me tell you what the future is. The future is I'm going to be holding leader calls at this same time every single week. And you're welcome to join. Okay, let me mute everyone. Okay, I'm going to be holding these calls at the same time, 2 p.m. Eastern, every Friday. And my intention is to keep it to 15. As my group grows, more and more people are going to want to join. So eventually, I'm going to have to restrict it to senior star, and then to executives, and then eventually only to silvers. So as you grow, you keep staying in the program. If you don't grow that fast and you still want to play, then what you do is you break away and form your own groups. Like the silvers don't have to stay with me. Silvers can break away and form their own groups so that I can start with new people. But I am intending to work hard I want this to be a super retirement plan because according to the 2019 audited financial statements, the average person at the top level, there's only 6 levels, the average person at the top level earns 1.9 million US dollars a year for the rest of their life, as long as they order 100 PV and as long as the people in their organization keep ordering. 1.9 million US dollars is about 2.5 million Canadian dollars a year. And that's 200,000 Canadian dollars a month. I'm going to work for 5 years. Maybe it'll take me less. And I'm looking forward to it taking less. And that's where I'm going. And I am going there with you. I will help you enroll. I will work tirelessly night and day. My board of directors is handling my seminar business, and I'm handling the Young Living business. I will help you any time of the night or day. And if you want to keep working with me, that's great. If you want to just enjoy the show, eventually you won't be invited back, because I don't want people just enjoying the show. I want you enrolling. This is an enrollers meeting. Now, I'm not making any giant demands initially. Initially, you might want to get accustomed and you might want to get over your fear and all that stuff. But eventually, I'm going to tighten up the rules. So I'm now going to ask you, and let me just, before I do, what I intended to do was to say, how many people do you commit to enrolling this week before 2 p.m. Eastern time next Friday? But before I do, I want to ask you if that's too aggressive to ask you to do it out loud in front of everybody.
I think it depends on where you're at.
But you're allowed to say 0. Like it's not like a popularity contest. It's not like a popularity contest where you have to say a big number so everyone will be impressed. So should I do it privately by email, or do you want to do it out loud here?
I'm easy.
Ian, say it again.
I'm easy. I'm gonna. I've been doing the Ninja juice all week, and I'm really pleased with that. And I've got several people that I'm about to send the video to. So I'm optimistic that by this time next week, maybe 3 to 5 people, hopefully.
Okay, just cut out the word hopefully. Well, let's do it out loud then. Angie, you're allowed to say 0. How many people will you enroll by 11? 1, 2, 2. Okay, 2.
We should say
Okay,
11.
Nate's. Just put up your finger.
2.
Say it again. 2. All
2.
right. Paul. 1. Okay, good. Ralphie. 3.
3.
Okay. Alan.
3.
3. All right. And motion. Just put up your fingers, or 2. Okay, good. Lynn. Lynn just joined a few days ago. 1. Okay, good. And Lisa. 2. Okay, good. And I'm devoted to everybody, but I'm particularly devoted to Lisa. She is the mother of my amazing daughter, and we co-parent, even though we're separated, we co-parent her really, really well. And I am really, really dedicated to helping you. I really, really want you to succeed. It's true for everyone, but it's particularly true for you.
Am I unmuted? I'd just like to make one comment, and that is, as everyone makes these goals, also have a goal of how many presentations you're going to make, because you have to measure your results. So I'm going to have 7 presentations this week. I do 1 a day minimum, and I expect to enroll 3 out of those 7. And next week when I talk to you, if I don't make 3, I am going to make damn sure I've made the 7. And I can fix how many I enroll out of my 7 presentations, but focus on how many times you get face-to-face to someone that they can make a yes or no decision. You can just say, I want to enroll 3, but if you don't have a plan for getting the 3, it might take 14 presentations. It might take 3 presentations.
No, Ralph, do you have a way of audio recording your presentation?
Yes.
Okay, send me the next audio recording. I want to go through it because your closing percent's way too low. It's way too low. I enroll almost everyone I speak to, not because I'm a professional speaker. I just share from my heart. I say, these products are amazing. They say, great, let me in.
It might be too low for Ralph, but not necessarily too low for me. That would be a difference on the, that's a great stat.
I'm offering to listen to your.
Thank you, Karen.
I'm. Did something go wrong? I'm offering to listen to your audio
Yes.
and to make some suggestions. Okay.
Good idea.
Yeah. Actually, that's open to anyone.
Yeah.
If you audio tape it or videotape it, like if you're doing a Zoom meeting and you record it, just send me the recording. I'll listen to the whole thing and make my comments. And Alice Wong, driving your car. Unmute yourself. Or if you can't.
I don't know if she's on this particular.
Yeah, she is. She's Ralph's
I know,
friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
She's just muted. You have to unmute yourself, Alice. Whoop.
Maybe it's not
Okay.
safe for her.
Can
She's
you get that number from her and text it to me, Ralph?
Yep.
And Paulina, I know you just enrolled minutes ago, but I'm happy to help you. How many people do you intend to enroll by this time 1 week today?
I'm not even sure how it works really yet. And first I would like to get the products to kind of.
Right. I'll put you down as a 0. So Paulina, of course you should get the products, but if you just play someone the video, just play the video, they will enroll without your saying a word. But if you want to wait for the products, that's fine. Okay, so I will work with anyone. If you want to enroll somebody and you want me to be there, I will listen in on a 3-way, or I will do the entire presentation for you and you can record it and take notes, because my presentation is exactly the same all the time and it takes 18 minutes. 18 minutes, that's it. That's all I do. I say there are 3 types of products: oils, household cleaning products, Ningxia juice. There are 3 types of products: oils, household cleaning products, Ningxia juice. And then under the oils, I tell them a few testimonials. Under the cleaning products, I talk about during the Black Plague, the thieves didn't get sick and didn't die because they rubbed oils on their skin. And Young Living has recreated that recipe and has made cleaning products out of it. And then the Ningxia juice, I tell my testimonials. That's it. I tell those 3 types of products. And then I say, do you want to ask me questions about the products? Or do you want to hear about how to earn money? They all say, oh, how to earn money. I say, good. Do you want me to tell you the little guy plan or the big guy plan? I've made these terms up. And they say, oh, the big guy plan. Everyone's a big guy plan. But I tell them the little guy plan first. And the little guy plan is, you know how frightening it is for most people to tell a friend? Well, the company knows that and helps you overcome it by giving you $100 US bonus for enrolling each customer. It'll always be at least $100 US, and it can be as much as $200 US. Now, there's all kinds of other little rules. I don't bother with them. I just say, would you like $100 to $200 over the first 3 months just for telling one friend? Yeah. Okay, go ahead, tell a friend. And I'll even do the presentation for you. So that's how the little guy makes money. So if the little guy enrolls 5 people, they've got $500 to $1,000 for telling 5 people. That's huge. And then for the big guy plan, I oversimplify the entire thing. One of the strengths I have is taking complicated subjects and making them simple. So here's how I explain the entire compensation plan. I say the company pays you in several ways, but there's one I want to talk to you about for the big guy compensation plan. When you become silver, and I don't even tell them what silver is, I just say it's the first leadership level, you get to share in the profit of the company. The company puts 6% of its profit aside every month and shares it amongst the leaders. And when you're a silver, you get 1 share. When you're a gold, you get 2 shares. And when there's a silver in your organization, you get another share for them. And if there's a gold in your organization, you get 2 points for them. So you can see it adds up over time. And I say, when you get to the top, and I have to be very careful, and I tell them way less than 1% ever get to the top. You can't just trick them into thinking everybody gets to the top. Way less than 1% ever get to the top. And even if they get there, it probably takes them 5 years. I say, if you get to the top, you'll likely have 250 profit sharing points. And each profit sharing point is worth $400. So 250 points times $400 is 100,000 US dollars a month residual income for the rest of your life, as long as you keep buying the products and they keep buying the products. And then I say, but that's actually not true, because according to the 2019 audited financial statements, the average income of a person at the top level is 1.9 million US dollars, which is way more than 100,000 a month. That's my entire presentation. It took me 5 minutes to tell you because I didn't give my product testimonials, but that's it. It's exactly the same. Oils, household cleaning products, Ninja. Do you want to ask questions, or should I tell you about the marketing plan? Marketing plan. Great. You want the little guy plan or the big guy plan? Big guy plan. Let me tell you the little guy plan first. Tell one person you make $100. The big guy plan is at the top, if you get there, you'll probably have 250 profit sharing points times $400 is 100,000 a month US for the rest of your life. And that's actually not true, because according to the audited financials, it's 1.9 million US dollars a year, which is way the heck more than 100,000 a month. And then they join. I say, so how do you spell your first name? Good. Your last name? Your address, please. Cell phone number, email address, yeah, credit card number, yeah, yeah. And then we talked about the first order. And this is something really, really interesting. To get to silver, you need 10,000 PVs purchased in your organization. 10,000. Now that's a big number. It's hard to understand it. The minimum order is 100 PV. So if you divide 100 into 10,000, how many people do you need in your organization? Can you figure that out?
40.
If you divide 100 into 10,000, how many?
Oh, sorry.
100?
Exactly. So 100 people ordering 100 PV is 10,000. Now, my organization has 160 average PV. So I got to silver with 62 customers instead of 100. 62 customers instead of 100. It's much easier to get to silver with 62 customers than 100. So what's my secret? My secret is this. As I'm going through my presentation, I say, when I get to the Ninja juice, I say, everybody starts with the Ninja juice. Everybody. It's everybody's favorite. There's 6 million customers. They all love the Ninja. And then later on, when they decide to enroll, I say, now, your order each month from next month on is 100 PV minimum. But the first month, you have to get a starter kit. A starter kit is 100 PV, but it's not 100 US dollars. It's 400 US dollars, and they only charge you 165. So it's a huge discount. And then, of course, everyone adds the Ninja juice. So my first orders are 100 PV for the starter kit and 130 PV for the Ninja juice. So my first orders are typically 230 and not 100. And at 230, you can get there with 40 people. You can get to silver with 40 people. So that's what I do. Now I'm going to be sending out a recording of this because I want you to get it. And maybe I've said some things too fast, but there's one thing I really need you to hear. When you explain the first order, They're already freaking out that they have to spend $100 US a month, or roughly that. And then when they hear it's 165 for the first order, it freaks them out. So here's what you have to say. The company requires you to start with a starter kit. It's a requirement. You don't have an option. It's 100 PV, which is your minimum. But instead of being roughly $100 US, it's roughly $400 US. But then they only charge you 165 because it's a huge discount, and you get to start with a big variety of our products. Just memorize that. And then say, oh, of course, and everyone adds the Ningji juice. Yeah, add the Ningji juice. That's what I do. That's it. That's my whole secret. It's 18 minutes. It's shorter than Hamlet's soliloquy. You probably had to memorize when you were in high school. That's it. That's it. I have your not guarantees, but your goal for the week. And at 2 p.m. next Friday, I'm looking forward to seeing you back. I'm going to ask you how you did. You know my email address. If you don't, I'm giving it to you now. I'll say it, but I'll also type it in. It's really easy. It's just my name, Raymond@aaron.com. Raymond@aaron.com. And I'll also give you my cell phone numbers. And 647-228-9675. Write it down, copy it down. I'm giving it to you. I want you to use it. I don't want you to be shy. I don't want you to think, oh, I don't want to bother Raymond. I love enrolling people. I'm really freaking good at it. I enroll practically everyone I speak to. Use me. If you have a girlfriend and you say, listen, are you free mostly tomorrow? Yeah. Okay. Let me talk to my enroller or my friend or something. You might even say, let's see if I can get Jack Canfield or Raymond Aaron. And then oh, you get me. Who knows? And then I'll be on the phone with you. I'll do a 3-way call with you. And you'll introduce me. I'll do 18 minutes. You'll see that's all it is. And after I've done that for you once, or maybe twice or 3 times, you'll be able to do it on your own. I'm not saying it's easy because it's easy for me. I'm saying it's easy because I just share from my heart 2 or 3 product testimonials, and that's it.
Raymond?
Yes.
If somebody doesn't want to be enrolled, but they want to buy the product, do we take their name, address, et cetera, and their credit card number and then order for them?
Yeah, there's no such thing as you don't want to be a member, but you want to buy the products. The way you buy the products is to become a member.
Okay.
And so what I tell them is the only way to try the products is to try the products. So let's put you in the system. We'll place an order. If you love the products, then just keep buying every single month for the rest of your life. And if you want to quit, quit anytime you want. But see, if they place a retail order, they're wildly overpaying for both the products and for shipping. You actually get a lower price, 24% discount off retail, and you get a lower shipping charge. And you get free gifts. So when someone says, I just want to try the products, I say, good, try the products. And then I put them in the system and I tell them, order on the first day of each month and quit whenever you want. But if you fall in love with the products, then you'll want to order every single month. So there's 2 things you need to do. One is you need to enroll other people. But the other is you need to work with the people in your organization. You might have enrolled somebody, that's how they got there. I might have placed somebody in the organization for you, so you can call them. Or someone in your organization might have enrolled somebody. And your job is to take care of them. They're your customers. They are your customers. Whether you place them, or I place them, or anyone above you place them, or whether someone below you enrolled somebody, they're your customers. And so love them, phone them. When you look at your downline on the far right, you'll see some icons. Click on the one that looks like a face and it'll tell you their cell phone number, their name, their cell phone number, their email address, and then just phone them. Hi, welcome. My name's Paul. And I don't know who enrolled you, but you're one of my customers. I want to make sure you're happy. Hi, my name is Lynn. Want to make sure you're happy. Do you have any questions? Yeah, I hate these products. Why? Because I say, no, no, no. You have to take the lid off first. Like, honest to God, one time when I was massaging my wife's feet, and we had the lights dimmed, I rubbed the Northern Lights on her, and she said, I'm not getting the same feeling as I usually get. Well, it's the same oil, for gosh sakes. And I had the lid on. That's why it didn't work. Now, it lasts much longer, but it doesn't have the same effect. And so when you clear up people's problems, sometimes people have very simple problems. And if you don't know the answer, you know what I'm going to send you? I'm going to send you the US and Canada toll-free number. So anytime you want some help, and there is a one for Europe, I just don't know it. Anytime you need an answer, you can just call that toll-free number, wait for your turn, and get an answer. Also, at the very top of the page, it'll say live help. Put up your hand if you've ever seen that. It's top of the page, live help. All you do is you click on that, and eventually it'll show you like maybe you're 5th in line, 4th in line, 3rd in line. One time I was 250th in line. And I eventually got to the front, and then you can ask them any questions you want. So there's lots of help. There's lots of help. I will help you. The helpline will help you. Danielle just joined. Danielle, do you want to turn your video?
Sorry, I was driving, and so I just saw the link, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. We're just about to end, but I thank you for recommending Paulina to me, because you just told me to call Paulina, and I didn't. She's enrolled and she's on this line already.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Welcome, Paulina.
I mean, I have one more question.
Hello.
Yeah, Paulina said hello to you, Danielle.
Thank you.
Yes, Lynn.
For people that we haven't had contact with in a while, is it okay just to say hi, introduce myself again? I would say, hi, this is what, I'll figure it out, and send the video that the link of the video?
Oh,
No, no?
No, you need to make a connection with them.
Okay.
So here's what I do. I say, hi, Jan, I haven't spoken to you in a few years, but a miracle happened to me and I wanted to tell you about it. And then you give them a product testimonial. Now, if you don't have a product testimonial, use mine. The guy who enrolled me, his fingertips were cracked and bleeding. One night they all healed. And he was taking Viagra for a year because the old guy's 75 and he couldn't get it up any longer. And then on the Ningxia juice, after 1 week on Ningxia, he threw his Viagra away. And after 2 weeks, he started running again after 40 years. Use my miracles if you don't have your own. And those are true stories. It's even better than that. Because Karen saw the huge improvements in me, and these are real improvements. Like I am running and I haven't run in 40 years. So she said, hey, I want that stuff. So in June, both Karen and I were drinking the Ningxia juice, and obviously we ran out of it before month end. We ran out of it on the 25th of June. And I didn't perform last night. I didn't have my Viagra, thought I didn't need it. And I didn't have the Ningxia juice. And so when I'm on the Ningxia, I can perform. When I'm not on the Ningxia, I don't perform. And I know it's embarrassing or silly. I know men don't usually talk about it, but I don't mind talking about it. I'm proud that I'm 75 years old and I can get it up whenever I want as long as I don't run out of Ningxia juice. So tell my testimonials, Lynn, but don't just say, hi, I'm sending you a video. Make a connection. Tell them about a testimonial. Have them fall in love with the product. Say, my enroller, his ex couldn't fall asleep for 19 years. And after 4 minutes, she fell asleep for 5 solid hours. Like, tell our testimonials until you get your own. Okay?
I love your saying, Raymond, that anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. And I believe 100% in the words commit, perform, measure. So when I focus on how many presentations I do, that's because I commit to it, I perform it, and then I measure what my closing ratio is. And if I do 100%, you won't be on my back. If I'm at 2%, you're going to be on my back. But this week, I'm committing to 7 presentations, and you can talk to me about my closing ratio when we're on the call next week. We'll see. But I commit to 7.
Okay.
I don't know how many I'm going to sign up. I'm gonna sign up 7 if
All of
I
them.
can.
Okay, well, I'm committing to 5 and I've actually already done 2. All right, so anyone else? I didn't mean to monopolize the conversation. If you haven't spoken, please feel free to chime in, or if there's anything else you want to say, please say it. I want you to be my enrollers. I want you to be my next stars, junior stars, and executives, and then silvers. A silver, by the way, earns $19,000 US a year. So that's about 25,000 Canadian dollars a year. The average Canadian earns $50,000 a year working every single day of the year. You can earn half of that residual. I see my daughter's shadow. Did Emma just walk by? Come on, Emma, just.
No, our plumber just arrived.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
here
a
she is.
plumber, not
She
my
was letting him in the door.
There
That
she
wasn't me.
is. There she is. Yeah, hi, Emmy.
Hi. So our plumber's here. It's going to be very loud in a second. I'm going to mute again.
Okay, so feel free to unmute yourself and ask any question you wish.
Okay, can I ask another question? This is the first time I'm hearing the enrollment process. So when I get my first person, do I then take so I take their name, address, credit card number, and I tell them about the 165 if you're in the US, and then the ninja juice, ninja juice. I like ninja juice.
You got it right.
And
You also need.
and that's it, or do I call you and say help?
Okay. So first of all, you can call me. I'm happy to help. Second of all, there's a way the company doesn't like, but they're not against it. They're not stopping us. And that is, I collect the information myself. And here's the information you need: name, address, cell, and email. Name, address, cell, and email. That's 4. You need their date of birth and their credit card number. That's 6. Name, address, cell, email, and date of birth is 6. Then you need their credit card number is 7. And then you need to agree on their first order. And the first order has to be a starter kit, which is 100 PV, but it's not worth $100 US. It's worth $400 US, and they charge you only $165. And then, because you've spoken so lovingly about the ninja juice, you say, and of course you'll want the ninja juice. That's 130 PV and $135 US. Sorry, 130. 130 PV and $130 US. So you add 165 and 130, it comes to 295. If that's too much, I back off and say, fine, order the ninja in August. But mostly people say yes. In fact, Lisa bought $300 or $400 worth of product last month. The people who love the products buy lots of. Paul Longobardi's first order was 400 PV. His very first order before he even saw a product. So Lynn, the way the company doesn't fully approve is to collect that information and go into the web and pretend you're that person and go through the whole process. Because it's fast to collect those pieces of information. It's slower to say, okay, so are you in youngliving.com? Yes. Do you see at the top right, it says become a member? Yes. Click on that. Okay, good. Now look at the top left. You are in England. Does it have a British flag? No. What flag does it have? Canadian flag. Good. Click on it and go down until you see England. Like, it takes a while to go through all that. And so what I do is I just collect all the information and do it myself. And that's what I'm doing for Paulina right now. You can see, now I'm not going to show you her credit card number, but there it is. I've got her name, address, cell phone. I'm just going to pretend I'm her and do it. But what the company wants you to do is to say, okay, Lynn, go to youngliving.com. Are you there? Okay, good. See where it says become a member, click on it. Okay, good. And eventually you'll follow them through and you'll get to a point where you can't go any further because they'll have completed all the information. And so they'll hit submit and you'll say, fine, what do you see? It says, choose method of shipping. Good. So choose one of them. It doesn't matter. They're all within a few dollars. What else do you see? It says this. Okay, good. Make your decision. Click on it. Okay, what do you see next? So if you can't see it because they've gone beyond where you can go, just ask them what they're looking at and help them make the decision. The decisions are really, really obvious.
Okay. So that was name, address, cell, and email, date of birth, and credit card number. That's only 6. You said 7.
And you have to ask them what they want to order.
Oh, well, okay. Okay.
Okay. Name, address, cell, email, date of birth, credit card, and first order, 7. That's all. That's all it is. And I will help you. I'm ready night and day. I'm not going anywhere. Usually I say, don't text me. I might be on stage. I might be on an airplane. There's no stages and there's no airplanes. Text me whenever the heck you want. It's better to actually text me to make sure that I'm available, but then I'll call you right back. And I want to get you there. I want to get you there. I want you to be successful.
Thank you.
I'm not successful. I want you to be successful. If you go up, see, here, let's think of it this way. Let's use Lisa as an example, Emma's mom. So if Lisa is a wonderful customer, then I have a wonderful customer. And if she's on my front line, then I would get 8% of her order. So if she orders 200, I get 200 PV, I get $16. And if I have lots of Lisas, I'll get lots of $16 bills. But my organization won't grow. If Lisa gets all excited and enrolls, say 70 people, not so. If she enrolls maybe 10 or 15 people and works with them and they enroll a few people each, and I put people in her organization, then eventually she'll get to 70 or 80 people, or maybe even 65 people, and she'll become silver. Now I get a point in the profit sharing because I'm silver, and I get another point because Lisa's silver, and I get another point because Angie's silver, and another point because Nate's silver, and another point because Paul's silver, and Ralph's silver, and Ian is silver, and Moishan and Dorothy and Paulina is silver. I might get 10 points. Well, 10 times 400 US is 4,000 US, which is over 5,000 Canadian a month on top of anything else that I earn. 5,000 a month is 60,000 a year, and 60,000 a year is more than the average Canadian or American earns working all day, every day for the year. So I want you to succeed. And anytime you enroll somebody, you want them to succeed. And if I place somebody in your organization, they're your customer. When they turn silver, you get a point for them. It doesn't matter who enrolled them.
So, and how much does it, I have family in Canada. How much does it cost to enroll in Canada?
It's exactly the same. It's 100 PV.
Oh, 100, but is it, it's 165 for the starter kit in the US, and in Canada it is
199.
197.
197.
No, excuse me, it's 199 Canadian.
199 Canadian.
Yeah. But when I speak to people around the world, I say, listen, I'm a Canadian, you live in Finland, but I don't know every price of every product in every country. So let me just use US dollars. And they say, fine, they get it.
Okay.
But I've just learned that the starter kit is $199 Canadian. Okay?
Mhm.
You'll learn. I know it sounds a little scary, but either have them open up their laptop and go through the process themselves, or collect those pieces of information and you go through it. And once you've gone through it, it'll be easy to help other people step through it.
And then the following month, they need to go in and add to their order?
They don't add to their order, they place an order.
Place an order. No, I thought it was because when I went in on July 1st, I added to the order and I made some faux pas, so I learned some lessons. And their basic order would be the Ninja juice, right? And then they could add on the oils, etc. No.
You can't tell them what they want.
No. What I would say to them is, eventually I would tell them that they need to go into make sure that what they want is what they've ordered.
Of course. So Lynn, I love that you're struggling. I love it. I love it. Because you're a winner. The winners struggle. The people who don't struggle give up. So congratulations. So what I say is, go in on the first day of the month and place your order.
Oh.
So what I said to Paulina, and she can confirm this, I said, I'm going to place your order today, July 3rd. And then who places your August order? And she got it wrong. And then she eventually said Paulina. And I said, when do you do it? And she didn't know. And I said, the 1st. And then I repeated it. Who places your August order? And she says, Paulina. When? August 1st. Who places your September order? And then she realized I was patronizing her, but she allowed me to. And she said, Paulina, when? September 1st. Then she started challenging me. She said, what if I ordered on the 2nd? It's fine. But when you get everyone to order on the 1st of the month, then they don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
If they forget, see, they have to order on the anniversary, not the anniversary, on the date in the month where they registered. So if they register on the 14th of the month, if you enroll them on the 14th of the month, they have to purchase their order every single month in the future before the 14th. But if
I did my order on the 1st, and I ordered for my wife on the 1st, and I made a big mistake in that I just went in and shopped and ordered. And what you have to do is go in and change your monthly order to what you want. And then you click on, I want to get it now instead of waiting for the 5th, which is my auto ship date. But that way you qualify for the essential rewards. If you just go in and order, you still have that backup order and you're going to end up getting 2 orders. So I had to go into chat and she had to fix it, and it all worked out. But that's the important thing, is change your monthly order, say you want it right now, and then Bob's your uncle. It's done.
Yeah. I ended up making 3 orders, placing 3 orders. So
I'm with you, Lynn. I did it too.
but Hannah was very nice, and she said, I'll give you the ER points or reward points for my mistake. So
basically, when they ask you, do you want this to be your essential rewards order, you say yes. And when you do that, it clears up the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in Melaleuca before, and in Melaleuca, they ask you right at the beginning what you want your backup order to be, and then they never ask you again. So if you default to a backup order 10 years later, you get what you wanted 10 years before. What Young Living has decided to do is to update your backup order every single month. So when you place an order, they say, do you want this to be your new essential rewards order? That means your auto ship order each month. And when you say yes, you're updating it. So you get what if you default, you get what you ordered last month.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say to them, order on the 1st day of the month. Now, when I'm enrolling somebody right near the end of the month, I never say order on the 1st of the month, because they maybe haven't even got their order yet. But I tell them as soon as they can get around to the 1st. And when I enroll somebody between the 5th and say the 15th of the month, I also say to them, I'm going to change your processing date to the 5th of the month so that you order on the first day of each month. If you forget, order on the second day, but you have to order before the 5th. So that means you wake up, because if you're not awake, you'll forget about it and then you'll get a backup order. They say, okay, I get it. That's nice. And then what that means is many, many, many of my customers order by the 5th of the month. And if I'm trying to qualify for gold or diamond or so, I'll know if I got there by the 5th instead of waiting till the end of the month to see if I got there. Lots of things to know, but you'll get there like I did. And Alice,
anything worth doing is worth doing poorly.
Alice said that she's an expert, a giant expert, because she's been in Young Living way longer than Raymond. And she said she's been in it 2 months before me. It was a joke. She just picked it up as she went. So just make a mistake, call somebody and say, can I share a miracle with you? Sure. Listen, this guy I know in Toronto, he had like cracked fingers and they healed. And this other guy I know, that's what happened to him. And this lady I know fell asleep for the first time for 5 solid hours because of these oils and the Ninja juice. Really, how can I get them? Well, I can make you a customer and we'll place your first order. And then you order on the 1st of each month. And if you don't like it, quit. Simple as that. Okay, my friends. Ralph, have you got the number yet from Alice, your Alice?
No, I don't. I'm going to be talking to her when she's back this afternoon. So I will get that number and text you.
Okay, good. I will hold off till we get her number. Okay. Any question? Okay. This time next month, you're going to be different. You're not going to be a Young Living virgin. You will have enrolled somebody. And you will be so happy. And you'll tell, oh, I made this mistake, but they enrolled anyways. And I couldn't answer this question. So I called you and you answered it. You'll have all your issues, but you'll have enrolled somebody. And you'll have started your enrolling life. And Jack says he never knows who's going to do it. He enrolls some big famous people who do nothing. And he enrolled a woman, a single mom in Ecuador, a single mom of 4 kids, whose husband abandoned her after beating her. She had nothing. She was on the street. She had nothing. And she enrolled in Jack Canfield's organization. And she said, this is my chance. I'm going for it. And in 2 months, she was silver. In 2 months, homeless, broke, battered on the street with 4 kids to take care of. She was silver, and she walked into the government office and gave them back their food stamps in order to retrieve her dignity. You tell that story. So you don't know who's going to do the program, and you don't know who could do it but won't. And you know, and there's people you can't even believe they can afford it, and they're suddenly your biggest business builder. But that'll only happen when you start enrolling people.
So in that case, that Jack enrolled all those women for, or her.
Actually, it wasn't Jack. It was someone in Jack's organization that did that. Jack has only enrolled 6 people. And as of yesterday, he broke 1,000. He enrolled 6 people and has 1,000 in his organization. Why? Because in my first month, or my first half month, I enrolled 62 people. Where the hell did they come from? I'm now up to 110, actually 111 with Paulina. So you don't know who's going to do it. Just enroll somebody and work with them. Remember, everyone in your organization is your customer. Love them. Call them. Ask them if you can help them. They might say to you, what's the thieves' oil again? And you'll remember my story about the Black Plague, and you'll tell them, oh my God, I'm going to order it. And if you don't, ask me, and I'll 3-way in and I'll answer them. This is decision time, my friends. Alice gave you a word of wisdom. I'm going to repeat it. If you're 99% committed, you might as well give up. If you're 100% committed, I'm your guy. You don't want to be married to somebody who's 99% committed to monogamy. You don't want to be married. You don't want to be in an airplane driven by a pilot who's 99% sure he can get there safely. So I'm 100%, I'm in. I never wonder each morning if I'm going to do Young Living. I do it every day. And I love it. And I enrolled 2 today already, and the day's just young. So I'm in. I'm totally in, and I'm totally in for you. And where else are you going to get an opportunity to work with Raymond, Aaron, and Jack Hanfield at no charge and actually make money at it? Where else? If you don't take advantage of it, it's okay, because I can't push you up the hill, but I can sure run beside you to make sure you get there easier. So if you'll never get as much help as you'll get from Jack Hanfield and Raymond Aaron. You'll never get that much help. And if you want to take advantage of it, I'm with you. If you don't want to, and some people on this call are not going to, that's okay. I'll work with the others. I'll work with whoever is working. So text me anytime you wish. Anytime you wish, I'll be there for you. Okay, I'll see you 2 p.m. next Friday. And Ralph, get me that number from Alice as soon as you can, because I'm itching to send out the email. Okay.
I will do.
Thanks, Raymond.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Nice to see everybody.
Thank you. These are
Thank you. Nice weekend.
These are the
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you're Canadian,
Bye.
happy Canada Day. If you're American, happy Independence Day. If you're neither, happy day anyways.
I'm both.
You're both. Good. Okay.
I'm Canada and New York.
Wow. Thank you, Lynn. I'm glad to see you here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.